Hi, welcome to the live stream this morning. So my name's Jabeen. I'm a channel of Archangel Raphael, and in this live stream, Raphael's going to speak about the energies at the moment. He's going to speak according to who's listening and who will be afterwards. Give appropriate messages, maybe do some clearing as well. And after that, he'll talk about the week ahead and what to expect and the kind of energies around. Yeah, I'm just going to let him come in and speak through me. I would like you to know that what I am seeing is that there are many people in the world at the moment who are clearing energy rather fast, which is creating a lot of change. But these changes are not necessarily comfortable ones. Change in terms of rearranging life, but not necessarily making it feel better at the moment. It is much more a time of purging, of bringing out into the open things which have been concealed. It is not really a time to start going forwards and creating a new world for everyone. But it is a time where you can do this for yourselves, change and rearrange your lives so they feel better on all levels. I also would like you to know that there is no such thing as really needing to be with people unless you want to be. And for some people, it has been like this, that they would much rather be with themselves at the moment because they are clearing energy connected to people and relationships. What I will say about the old world is that it favoured people who were able to be in their own energy and power and be in their flow. But at the same time, it was not necessarily about always being in the energy of oneness and grace. It was It has been much more about being able to stay in the flow and stay empowered. And through this, people have made progress. But within this, there has not always been the right things which have happened, which have left others feeling that they are not able to have their needs met. So, what I'm really trying to say is that in the past, the most empowered people were able to succeed, and they may be empowered, but they were not necessarily always doing the right thing. But because they had power, they were able to keep going forwards regardless of some of the things they did. What is going on now is everything is being scrutinized on deeper levels. So people are starting to look into those who have held power on a global level, but also on smaller levels as well. And they are starting to see what has not been right and making corrections themselves. What I will say is within this, there are a lot of disturbances that arise within people which need to be sorted out. But it does not mean that it needs to be sorted out with the people who have held power. It is much more about seeing what was not right and then creating it yourself in a way which is right, in a way which is aligning to your purpose, I mean. And what I see is that through this, there will be healing and wellness on earth. This is the path at the moment. It is not so much about trying to collaborate with people when it comes to bigger things, but it is about going inwards, seeing what is needed, and then you can collaborate with people to make sure that these needs are met, to create alternatives, to make life a better place on all levels, fairer, with the right things available for people, whether it is growing food or creating something that is like a sanctuary haven for people to come to so they can feel safe and have their needs met when it comes to recovering from life. But whatever it is, at the moment, it is about filling in the gaps, making life better in this way. And later on, so this is much later, in fact, when this is done, then people will be ready to collaborate in bigger ways when it comes to larger things in the world. I am saying all this because I want you to know that there are many things in the world that are being corrected at the moment, and it is important to engage with this process according to your purpose. So it is not about going out of your way to be a part of something, to do something, but rather it is about going deep inside and really feeling how this relates to your own life, finding your own part within this, whatever that happens to be, but feeling your life and what has not been right, and actually going deeper into the energies here. So, for example, you may notice that you have been heavily influenced by religion, and as you go deeper, you start to see the things which have not been right, the way that you have been indoctrinated and you have been manipulated into certain directions, such as not taking care of yourself and serving others. Indoctrination that has occurred over many lifetimes in all religions, in fact. And what I will say is people are starting to bring balance and harmony back to all things in life, to find the truth behind all things, so that life can function again in a way that is optimal. What I will also say about these kinds of energies is that they are often hidden beneath the surface. I will say for all of you, your problem areas actually have a lot of history behind them. It is not about simply going into what has occurred in this life, but the historical aspect is important. Investigating past lives or the past lives of those who are part of your lineage, the lives of your ancestors, I mean. And what I will say is through this, you will understand how certain energies have been created and how, in this way, they can also be, in one way or another, uncreated. And this is the sort of energy that you are all working with at the moment, actually going right to the root of problems and sorting out the problem from the place it started, actually making sure that everything is back on solid ground. I will say that when you engage with this work, that is when you will notice that you start to feel very different inside. It is when you will start to feel that you are becoming much more in your own power and strength without these influences around. What I will also say about this kind of work is that it is not about looking for things to work with. It is about engaging with what arises within. Because life at the moment is spontaneously and naturally bringing to the surface what needs to be worked with on a deeper level. So simply see what comes up for you and engage with this, but go deeper, go one step further, and you will then find you are able to transform it fully and completely. What I'm also trying to say is that life is undergoing massive, radical transformation at the moment. And as you engage with these energies, you will find the greatest fulfillment. I have more to give you. I would like you to know that there are many people in the world who feel a bit like they need some change to happen in their lives. People who are looking forward to moving or creating a new life of some kind. Or perhaps they are already doing this, but they are looking forward to things progressing even more. What I will say about this is that it is important to stay focused on the inside, to know that everything on the outside is a symptom of what is going on inside. And as you go deeper and you are centered there, the right things spontaneously happen around you in an easy way, a spontaneous way, in a way that feels like it is actually life giving rather than taken from you. What I want you to know is one of the things that is changing in life is that life is becoming easier for everyone when they are choosing to go within and engage with their own inner landscape. Life is meant to be like this. It is meant to flow, be spontaneous in its ability to fulfill your needs. It is meant to be interesting, exciting, an experience that you look forward to. It is not meant to be mundane, boring. It is not meant to feel that you are simply going through each day, day in, day out, with no progress on a deep inner level. And what I want you to know is engaging with your inner landscape will bring this constant sense to you that life is interesting, exciting. It will give you a buzz to engage with life because you will notice how much it is fulfilling your deepest desires. It will be exciting because new things will happen, and new things will happen in ways which are spontaneous, take you by surprise. What I'm really trying to say is a lot of you here are looking for this at times in places where you are not being nourished. So you may be looking for this excitement in the wrong places and then find it takes you away from your path of light. You are being told that as you go deeper, you will find a place within you which is able to actually make life happen in a way that is always exciting for you on a spiritual level, on a level of your being where you feel your connection to all that is. And when you have this kind of life, you feel lit up by it. You feel excited to wake up in the morning. So, this is what I would like you to do to get beyond your karmic lifestyles, the karma you have created for yourselves, perhaps of hard work, perhaps of giving your energy away in order to get a job done, or being a martyr, a slave for others, for life generally. But whatever you have created on a karmic level, this can be fully corrected, cleared, permanently transformed. I will also say that it is not about trying in any way to get to a place where you are feeling like this, but it is about knowing that this is actually what life is already about, and anything else you are experiencing are simply distortions you have created yourself that you can uncreate. And through this, you will start to feel lighter, clearer on all levels. My final message is that I do see a cumulative effect that happens over time. So, the more you are engaging with this energy, the energy of the oneness on earth, the more it builds up in you. in terms of it becoming your default way of being. And after this, it has its own momentum. It is not something that you need to work on. It just happens spontaneously. There is nothing that can really get in its way anymore because the engine is fired up and going so consistently. And when you are at this stage, what happens is your karma is burnt up through the fire of the engine that is constantly running. So it is a bit like this engine that brings the right synchronicities to you, that brings the manifestation of your deepest desires, automatically burns up anything karmic. So if there is something or someone in your life who should not be there, where there is some kind of karmic cycle running, but something unhealthy, something that doesn't feel good, you will automatically find yourself going in another direction without even trying. Your own motor will take you elsewhere. So you may not even need to go into what is going on because it is burnt up, and you start to automatically move forward in the way that you need to. What I'm really trying to say is this is where you will all eventually end up. But at the moment, I see you are still firing up this part of you. You are still building it up. And along the way, you may feel that there are things that are distracting you, getting in the way, that you need to deal with. Things that you are perhaps needing to go deeper into in order to uproot. I hope this makes sense. Things like false beliefs, things that get in the way of progress. My final message is that I do see there is a lot of light coming into the world from many different places. And what I mean by this is that many people are ready right now in terms of doing their purpose and bringing a lot of light into life generally through what they do. And because of this, there is no shortage of information, clarity, truth. And so when you are vibrating to this, you will automatically come across it in your life. You will find that you automatically attract truth and clarity and more of what you need in order to perhaps uncover what is going on in you on a deeper level. I hope this makes sense. So, as you engage with your inner landscape and have that intention of uprooting what is going on inside that is preventing you from going forwards in life in a way which is very much in alignment with the oneness, as you engage, you will also attract truth and light and clarity from the outside too. So, the more that you are engaging with yourself, the more that you will attract that will help you. That is all. What I will say about the week ahead is that it will be a week where you are able to go forwards quite easily. Again, as you engage with your inner landscape, the energies favour this. I also see that it is a very good time to be letting go of anything that does not serve you. And what I mean by this is habits that you may have had, things that you may have been doing, even small things, but things which are not serving you. I will say that you will spontaneously know what these things are, and the energies of the week favour this, letting go of things, perhaps even objects and possessions. But whatever this is, whatever is hindering you from going forwards, that is all. Yeah, so thank you everyone for listening, and yeah, wishing you a lovely week ahead, and much love to all of you.